Before cleaning a fish, set up your preferred workstation. I like to use an old board that has an attached clamp. Begin by laying the catfish on its belly. Using a pair of wire cutters, I like to snip off the fins in order to minimize getting spined. Next, lay the catfish on its belly and grasp its head with your thumb in its gills. Roll its head away from you and position the knife blade just below its gills and any protruding skeletal structure. Make a slice at this position until the blade stops at the spine. Finish the slice down to the belly. Next, take the knife blade and insert the tip at the spine location. Then turn the knife parallel with the spine and start slicing down the spine while pulling the fillet away with your other hand. Keep your knife blade on this side of the spine. You should be able to feel the skeletal structure as you run the knife blade along its surface. Once you reach the tail, plunge your knife blade all the way through in this manner. Then make a quick slice to release the meat from the tail. Continue slicing along the length of the fish until there's only skin holding it in place. Then position your knife at the front end of the fillet and cut it off in this manner. Set this fillet aside. The skin will be removed later. Next, turn the fish around and repeat this process on the other side. Now, flip the fish on its back and make a slice through the front part of its belly, just behind the gills. Then, insert your knife below the midline of the belly and slice it down the middle. Use the same process to cut each side of the belly meat off as you did the side meat. Instead of pulling the skin from the fillets, I cut the meat from the skin. This is my technique for most fish that I clean. Begin by placing the fillet with its skin side down. Starting at the tail end of the fillet, make a small notch with your knife in order to create a spot to grip with your fingers. With the knife blade in the notch, lay the blade where it's almost flat and begin slicing the meat away from the skin. Allow the blade to glide over the skin while working down the length of the fillet. Follow the blade down with your other hand, making sure you keep the skin beneath tight. Discard the skin and repeat this process on the other fillet. On the skin side of the fillet, you will find some red-colored flesh. Most cat fishermen will agree that this red meat should be removed in order to improve the flavor of the fish. Some people believe the red meat contributes to a gamey flavor. You may want to spend some time slicing this from the fillet. However, this is totally optional. Next, remove the skin from the belly meat in the same way you removed it from the side meat. Place the meat skin side down and make a notch to grip. Slice the meat from the skin using the same process as before. On the other side of the belly meat, There's a membrane that needs to be removed in the same manner. Instead of making a notch, I like to slide the tip of my knife beneath the membrane, releasing an end to create a gripping point. Slice the meat from the membrane just as you did the skin. Make a last inspection of the meat and then wash in cold water. And finally, freeze in vacuum-sealed bags or prepare for a meal.